You know, if I pass all the tests, I'm definitely going to California. I'm going to be a criminal lawyer. Of course, it all takes about 20 years.
We'll all be dead by then.
Well, I believe in having a goal. That way you succeed. Actually, that's your trouble. You've no ambition. Ambition.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's Blue Games, and we're here on NASCAR Heat on the PlayStation 4, and I'm extremely excited because I've had this game since day one. Matter of fact, I pre-ordered it, so I've been playing it since midnight on release day, and there's been no steering wheel support. At least not for my steering wheel. So I have the Thrustmaster T150 with force feedback. That's the one I have. That's the one I use for iRacing, for F1 2017, for Project Cars. I mean, it works for everything. I mean, basically you plug it in and it just works. But when I put in NASCAR, I was extremely disappointed because it didn't work. And so I've been forced to play with controller up until now. But just right now, I turned on my NASCAR Heat and I jumped into a quick race, and I was like, hey, well, I was just playing with the steering wheel in a different game. I switched over to NASCAR Heat, and I was like, hey, you know what? Let's see what happens. It's letting me press X and go through the menus and things like that, like real easily. So I was like, you never know. Why not give it a try? So I jumped into a quick race at Bristol, and guess what? It actually worked. Like when I turned the steering wheel, it actually turned. When I hit the brakes, it actually brakes. I was like, oh snap! Like, maybe it's working. I don't know if there's an update. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how it start working, but it's working. So if you're having an issue with your wheel, specifically the Thrustmaster T150 not working on NASCAR Heat, I'm proving right now that it does work. And this is not technically a tutorial, but I'm just gonna kind of walk through setting it up. And I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna go through and kind of like walk you through my process right now of setting it up, and then we'll go out on the track and test it out. So let's start out at the beginning with steering sensitivity. One thing I noticed when I jumped into Bristol randomly and it just started working, that the steering sensitivity was nowhere near where it needed to be. So like let's if we press on square, I'm gonna rotate my wheel to the left, and okay, so it's just not. I don't think it's sensitive enough. So I'm probably gonna turn that up. We're gonna hit back. We'll turn it up. And also another thing I have an issue with, and I think that on PC you can actually fix this, but right now on PlayStation 4, so my wheel actually turns, I think, about 300 to 600 degrees. I can't remember exactly what it is. I just know I can do I can do 2 full rotations to the left, and I can do 2 full rotations to the right. And right now it's only letting me turn the wheel about 180 degrees in both directions. So when I go all the way to the left, so I'm in the center now, go all the way to the left. Actually, you know what? It's only 90 degrees. I can keep turning it to 180 degrees, but as you see here, right now I'm rotating it, but it's not moving because it's not actually rotating all the way. So hopefully it lets us change that. But right now I can only turn the wheel about 90 degrees, which is really not good at all. So I'm gonna have to turn the sensitivity way up. So maybe that'll help. I don't know. I don't think that's helping out either. So maybe let's see. I don't see any other option to change rotation and stuff like that. Brake sensitivity, we'll come back to that. Brake sensitivity, let's test that. That's okay. That seems fine. As 0, I'm pushing it all the way down. So yeah, that should be fine. Let's check the throttle. Yep, that's The throttle doesn't seem to go all the way because once I get to the top here, I actually have some more space in my actual pedal to go down. So there's a dead zone here that I wish, hopefully it'll let me fix, but there's definitely a dead zone towards the end of pressing down the pedal. So not at the beginning. When I first press it, sensitivity is pretty good. Like it reacts pretty well. But then once I get to the top, I still have maybe a quarter way down on the throttle. Down on the throttle pedal that I can go. On the brakes, same issue actually. Now that I think about it, so it's only using about 75% of the pedal that I have. You know what I mean? Like I can actually press it. There's another 25% we're missing. So it'd be cool if I could actually edit that and fix that. So let's see. What else do we have? Throttle sensitivity, I'm okay with that. Force feedback strength. This was extremely weak. I'm gonna turn that way up. We won't really know until we get on the track. So I'm gonna turn it all the way up. Oops, wrong button. Impact effects on off. That's about it. Shift type, stick shift. I have a paddle. I don't have a stick shift. I also do not have a clutch. I only have the gas and the brake. So we'll leave that off. And I mean, there's really not much we can do here. I will turn the steering sensitivity up, and just for a test. Let's see. We'll see that. We'll test it. So basically, it's just like smaller inputs. So I just have to remember, compared to other games that I play, like Project Cars or F1 2017, in those games I can rotate my wheel all the way around, when going through a corner if I'm going at a road course. But here on NASCAR, he doesn't seem like we're going to have that option. So let's go ahead and go with that. When I hit back, and we'll accept it. We'll use that setting, and I'm gonna go back to Bristol again. We'll do a quick race. We'll go to Bristol again in the Monster Energy Cup car. And let's see, who do we want to drive as? Let's make this a quick one. Let's use... Let's see, somebody had a really cool paint scheme. Nope. We'll be Larson as credit one. We'll do credit one with Larson. And we'll go to Bristol because it seemed like a really good place to test it. Because at Bristol, there's a lot, you need to put a lot of turning input in. All right, man, that's beautiful right there. That is beautiful. All right, we'll jump in, hit continue. We're just going to do a practice session. There's no reason to jump in. Oh, actually, I have it already set to race. So we'll race then. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Okay, here we go. All right. Well, those changes made a huge difference. Oh, wow. It's right into the freaking wall. Okay, so I'm feeling the force feedback a lot more now. I have to remember that I can't turn the wheel more than 90 degrees because then after that there's a huge dead zone, which kind of screws it up for me. So I keep smashing the wall because I want to turn more. As far as force feedback, it's probably honestly the worst force feedback in any racing game I've ever played. I'm not gonna lie with you. Like, there's little to no force feedback. I mean, I do feel it. I definitely feel the force feedback, but for example, when I hit the wall here, I feel that, but so lightly. I barely feel that I even hit the wall. There's no jerk. So when I hit a car, I actually do feel that. When I get turned, I do feel that when I'm getting hit. All right, look, I should have turned yellows off. We'll get another chance or another restart. Here we go. All right, throttle feels fine. Brake feels fine. Other than that dead zone at the end of the throttle, it's fine. The only issue right now, oh wait, yeah, when I hit Danica Patrick right there, I felt that big time in the wheel. So when you make contact with other cars, there's a big like jerk you get right there. But when you hit the wall, you barely feel anything. So if I hit the wall here, I felt basically nothing. Like it just vibrated from rubbing the wall, like I didn't even touch it. So once you kind of narrow your mind to knowing that you only have 90 degrees to work with on your wheel versus usually having the full range, it's a little bit easier to work with. It definitely takes time to get used to, just like any other wheel. Coming from racing controller, I'm just smashing into people. Coming from racing a controller to a wheel is a huge change, and so you have to get some practice laps in and really get used to the difference in working a wheel versus working the stick. So one other complaint that I have right now is when I get on the straight, you can kind of see me wiggle. And I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure if it's because I'm loose. I do feel like a force feedback, like kind of like a wiggle feel in the force feedback. That's why I keep wiggling, trying to keep it straight. So let's do another test. We're gonna go to a Superspeedway now to see how well we're able to hold our line at somewhere like Talladega. So we're gonna quit. All right, we're back. So we'll put it back to 95, and everything else will stay the same. So let's go to Dega. All right, let's try this again, and let's start race. All right, now we should actually have a chance. Okay, I keep forgetting to shift, because the thing is, I turn off my paddle shifters for certain games, because the paddle shifters can be loud when I'm trying to play at night when everybody's asleep. I don't want to be waking everybody up. All I hear is click, click, click. So I change my shifting to a different button on my steering wheel, so I always forget when I have the paddle shifters to change it back. All right, so now we're in a draft, and I actually don't feel the, oh god, okay, so I felt that, but I don't feel like when you're using the controller, you feel the draft, like you feel the wind, but now I'm not feeling any kind of vibration from the draft, which, I mean, it's not a problem, but just kind of getting the feel right now. I mean, it's pretty smooth. I mean, right now, just throttle to the floor. I'm gonna give Suarez a little bump draft right there. Let's see if we can keep it on his back. Another bump draft. We'll see what happens coming out of 2. Can we hold it? Can we hold our line? Oh, a little bump. It's still very difficult to recover after those little bumps that they give you, but it's probably maybe a little less difficult than on the controller, because on the controller you just automatically overcorrect. So we're gonna go around Suarez. Oops, actually we're gonna give him a little left tap. I'm gonna try to go around Suarez on the outside again. Maybe we can get a draft from Joey Logano out here. And when the car gets upset, like whenever you bump somebody on the side, it really gets squirrely. Not loose squirrely, but just, I don't know, wiggly. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. Oh gosh. So you see, okay, I'm gonna kind of give Jamie a bump right here on the right. See if we can bump him. Okay, he just moved out of the way. Never mind. We're gonna squeeze through here. Can we put it 3 wide? This has always been a challenge for me with the controller. Whenever I get pushed 3 wide, it's like I don't know what to do with my life anymore. So I'm telling you, this is already a lot more enjoyable than racing with the controller. A whole lot more enjoyable. Moving our way to the front, I'm going to take the inside. All right, well, wow, getting hit all over the place. Let's hit it one more time. Bam. Okay, so, well, that was good. That was good. And thanks for that. He just repaid the favor. So we're going to jump out, and we're going to try to do one more test. I'm pretty happy with how that feels on a super speedway. Let's now do, we've done a short track, we've done a super speedway, now let's do a road course. We'll go to Watkins Glen next up. All right, let's jump on the track and see how it feels. This is going to be probably really difficult since we only have 90 degrees of steering. Oh, man. And we got to be prepared. The AI don't know how to act in this first turn at Watkins Glen. All right, brakes are working just fine. Oh God, shifted down too many gears. Oh, we're going around. Let's try that again. I shifted to first. I'm used to being in the hood cam now since I haven't had a wheel. I don't really use the inside view. I prefer to use this one when I have a wheel. But since I've been on the hood cam, I got to get used to seeing those gears down there. All right, here we go. Oh. About to find out what it feels like to turn right on this thing. Yeah, this is gonna take some getting used to for sure, but it doesn't feel terrible. It doesn't feel great either, to be honest with you. Especially coming from, you know, project cars and, oh God, he's giving me a bump. All right, so this is gonna be interesting because here, okay, got a good turn in. Out of the way, Eric Jones. Oh my God, this is so much easier, guys. So much easier than the controller. Now, I'm not terrible here on the controller, but as long as you can keep the wheel straight on the wheel, it's just so much better. Like, that was so much smoother. It feels so much smoother. It's more enjoyable. I mean, all around better, guys. So, I mean, if you're debating on getting a wheel, I definitely recommend getting some kind of wheel, and also recommend getting force feedback. Before I got a wheel, I was all like, force feedback is overrated. But then I got a wheel, and I haven't turned back, except when NASCAR Heat forced me to use my controller for the first week of its release. But I assume that they updated because I plugged my wheel in. You know, when it first came out, I've been trying it almost every day to see maybe if they updated it, but I don't know. I don't know what I did different today. I may have to try to restart my PS4 and plug it in again and make sure it actually works and it's not just like a random thing. So, I mean, we're doing good right now. Moving up in the field, I'm using no assist right now. The assist stability help is off. So I don't know what it feels like when you have stability help on, because I never race like that. One thing I just wish, if anybody who's watching this can actually make a difference, is I wish that I could actually turn my wheel all the way around, or at least I could set it to turn more than 90 degrees, because right now 90 degrees is not enough on a road course. And also the force feedback is just kind of, don't expect much on this specific game on force feedback. I still recommend having force feedback, because if you get a wheel for NASCAR Heat, I guarantee you're gonna want to play other games with your wheel. Like, once I got a wheel, I was like, what other games can I get? What other racing games? What other driving games can I get? I mean, I even got American Truck Simulator, which also feels amazing with the wheel. And I have a very basic wheel, so. Alright, so I'm probably going to fast forward through some of this gameplay to the end of this race. We'll see how it turns out. But just enjoy the race. Don't think we're gonna get him. This is the last lap. Here comes the finish line, and Suarez got us. 8th place. Not too bad. Loving the wheel though, guys. Loving the wheel. Like I said, I'm using the Thrustmaster T150, and I mean everything is plugged in just like normal. There's only 2 connections: a USB and a power plug. So that went well. Went really well. Thank you guys for watching. Going through the setup process. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, you got 3 choices. Either you give up, give in, or give it all you got. I'm Blue Games. Peace, love, and God bless you. See you next time.